plan? Maybe it's because in dreams, you can do anything. In dreams, you can hold your entire world in the palm of your hand and turn time inside out again and again. And you can do it all with your eyes wide open.
BlendJet's Black Friday sale is on now. Save big on the #1 gift this holiday season. The BlendJet 2 portable blender gives you ice-crushing big blender power on the go. Throw in your favorite ingredients and blend up a delicious smoothie anytime, anywhere. BlendJet 2 even cleans itself. Just add water, a drop of soap, and blend. Recharge quickly with any USB port. Order now from blendjet.com and get our best deal ever.
So, if your vehicle has 5,000 to 150,000 miles, just tell us the make and model of your car or truck and get an instant plan quote. In a matter of minutes, you can be covered. If you're on a budget or fixed income, CarShield has a coverage plan that's right for you with low monthly premiums. So, getting protected is super easy.
Congrats to Mike White for getting this offense going.
Just it felt like a complete team win.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max on ESPN Radio. Hey, should the Packers sit Aaron Rodgers in favor of Jordan Love? 888-SAY-ES.
Already in this game, granted, it was against who it was against, the Bears, you know, with Trevor Siemian, right?
Justin Fields.
Like, yeah, I hear you, but he's still playing.
How y'all doing, guys?
What's good?
How you doing? Good morning.
Aaron Rodgers shouldn't sit. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks around right now. If he's feeling all right to play, I would play.
I mean,
makes sense.
I hear you, and Key, that seems to be like where you're coming from too. Like if he can go, you know, it's football, tackle football. He's getting paid a lot of money, and you're not mathematically eliminated. You know, he should go.
Yeah, I think they got a little slim, like a sliver of a hope, right? And it may not work out, but they're still hanging around. Let's just put it.
Let's say
way.
they lose next game, Key.
Are they still hanging around?
No. Let's say at that
out,
point,
Jordan Love. If they're out of it mathematically,
as soon as they're out of it, you got to play Jordan Love, right?
Yeah. As soon as they're out of it, you might want to just take a look at Jordan Love. At least maybe Aaron Rodgers starts the game, play 2 quarters, pull him out, put in Jordan Love, start treating it like a preseason at that point.
Remember when the Jets last year, when Zach Wilson gets hurt, and Mike White comes in, he looks good, and everyone, oh, Mike White, and it's like, yeah. Being outplayed. Justin Fields has been phenomenal this year, but if he's hurt and you're not in it, Key, should he play again this year?
Well, what do they got? 6 left, and it's one of those deals where time is running out to make that.
The representatives got right on board.
You might want to rest him up. If he was able to go against the Jets, I would have played him. Now you keep going week to week in this situation. He's not ready to play. You don't play him. You might as well just sit him down because he's really not. I mean, I love for him to get the reps, but the season's almost over with.
Key, I would love for him to get the reps too, but just knowing Justin Fields and watching him since he played at OHIU,
I wouldn't even be saying that right now if I was you, Jay.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that. It's horrible. You had such a good weekend. I'm so happy for you boys. No, I'm going to focus on the positive. I'm happy for your USC Trojans, Key. Congratulations. But what I will say about Justin Fields, knowing how competitive he is, knowing that they're going against the Packers and Aaron Rodgers still going to play that game, the Eagles, and then the Bills. Even though I feel like he shouldn't play, it's hard for me to imagine Aaron Rodgers being as competitive. I mean, Justin Fields being as competitive as he is, that he won't play. He'll find a way.
I don't know what I think about. I got to be honest. Like I understand the wisdom in like, it's already, but 6 games ain't like 3 games, Key. If he could get 2-3 games in under his belt toward the end of the season, even if you're
He has
eliminated,
5 games left.
5 games left. If he misses one, if he could get 2-3 games in, that's valuable experience for a guy his age. And think of how quickly he's learning, right? Like how quickly he's getting better. I don't know what the hell to think about this one.
Yeah, I don't know if I would. It's getting late
I think I
early.
play him.
It's getting late early though. If he can't go this week, then I probably would just say, you know what, let Trevor Siemian be a pinata. Go ahead and let him get beat up.
Well, that's another
what
good
he's there
point. It's a
for.
bad offensive line, so it's not like you got good conditions to grow under. Anyway, the Browns
this man a
got
pinata.
the Browns got the big win
You
over
ain't wrong.
Tampa, the Cleveland Browns. And now Deshaun Watson's getting back next week. Is there enough time for the Browns to make a playoff push? After this word from Omega Accounting, small business owners, lend us your ears. You may have overpaid on your payroll taxes during COVID. If you continue to pay employee wages during the pandemic, Omega Accounting Solutions may be able to help you recover a refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Schedule a free 10-minute call with Omega to find out whether or not you qualify. That's simple. 800-704-2000. Any ERC questions? 800-704-2000 or visit OmegaTaxCredits.com before the filing window closes or funds run out.
Hey, it's Greeny. Trevor Lawrence had the game of his life. Tom Brady had a day to forget, and the Jets may have found themselves a brand new quarterback. We'll talk about it all. It's Greeny, starting 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This is Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
The newest thing from Pizza Hut isn't pizza at all. It's cheesy, so crispy, loaded with toppings, and just $6.99. Enough for two, price for one. New Pizza Hut melts, just $6.99.
Who's on it with Jardians?
Free. Jump. We're the ones getting it done.
We're managing type 2 diabetes and heart risk.
We're on it with Jardians.
Join the growing number of people who are on it with the once daily pill, Jardians. Jardians not only lowers A1C, it goes beyond to reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease. And Jardians may help you lose some weight.
Jardians may cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardians and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis. Taking Jardians with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
A once daily pill that goes beyond lowering A1C?
We're on it.
We're on it. We're on it with Jardians.
Ask your doctor about Jardians.
If you already know that a blend of tender, marbled Wagyu beef makes the best burger, good for you. Arby's Wagyu Steakhouse Burger is back. You beef genius? Arby's, we have the meat.
This is Mary Ann's first time visiting Paris.
Madame, où allez-vous?
Before Mary Ann packed her bags, before she attempted her first sentence in French, before she completed her first 15-minute lesson,
Yes.
she downloaded Babbel. Babbel helped unlock her lifelong dream of learning French. She started speaking in just 3 weeks. So when it came time to tell the cab driver to take her to the Hotel Pierre,
J'aimerais aller à l'Hôtel Pierre.
Oh, c'est très bien. J'espère que votre voyage s'est bien passé.
150 language experts and educators designed Babbel to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language. Babbel focuses on natural conversation. You'll remember what you learn, and you can speak and pronounce with confidence. Start speaking a new language in 3 weeks. Try it for free at Babbel.com.
True story. If you want to stand out, you have to cross enemy lines. Ohio State, Duke, North Carolina, Indiana. Experience the ACC Big Ten Challenge. Begins Wednesday at 7:15 on ESPN.
Are you ready for football to get down to the nitty-gritty? Or whatever this is? Are you standing up, breaking down, and staying hyped for football? Good. Then you're ready.
Race car drivers change lanes very fast, but with no outside mirrors. How come they don't crash? Introducing Angel View, the new wide-angle mirror that reduces blind spots. Angel View simply snaps over your car's rear view mirror, giving you a 160-degree view behind you. Just look at the difference. Look, ordinary rear view mirrors are small and flat, but Angel View has a huge mirror with curved glass. This convex shape allows you to see both blind spots with one glance. And with our Pro Edition special coating, it's anti-glare at night. Get your Angel View now for just $19.99. But wait, order Angel View now, and you can double it to 2. Just pay separate fee, and we'll ship it free to your door. This offer is not available on Amazon. Order now.
Call 1-800-533-9503. That's 1-800-533-9503. Or visit getangelview.com. Order now.
Downfield touchdown, Tyreek Hill! Unbelievable!
It's going to be a lot of people taking their words back on what they said about Tua.
Where do we even start? This isn't as simple as the obvious numbers, like a league-leading passer rating of 118.4, or top 5 in touchdowns with 18, or top 5 in fewest interceptions with 3.
I'll say it once and I'll say it again. I rather play with the most accurate quarterback in the NFL.
Here's the really wild stuff. He isn't doing it with short throws. Tua is leading the league with 9.1 yards per pass attempt. And he isn't merely relying on his receivers to make yards after the catch either. Through week 11, Miami is 15th in the league for yards after catch. Topping that list, Mahomes' Chiefs with over 400 more yards after the catch, followed by Burrow's Bengals. But no one is questioning those QBs. Yes, that sound you hear is the total obliteration of every narrative that's existed since former Dolphins coach Brian Flores was busy benching Tua for Ryan Fitzpatrick during the 2020 season.
Downfield, touchdown, Waddle! And Tua remains nearly perfect.
As Tua blasts his way into the MVP conversation, his success is now undeniable not just on the surface, but well below it. He's killing it in every way. Against man coverage, first in the NFL with a quarterback rating of 91.1. Against zone coverage, first in the NFL at 78.5. And Tua's QBR when passing within 2.5 seconds of the snap, once again, first in the NFL with 8 TDs and 0 interceptions. So wherever you once stood on your opinion of Tagovailoa, it's perhaps time to realize this orchestra is far from finished. And midway through 2022, it's music to the Miami Dolphins' ears.
Watkins inside of Smith to the near side. Brown. Hurts takes it, looks, fires, complete, touchdown. A.J. Brown.
Jalen Hurts and the Eagles run past the Packers 40-33. Philadelphia finished with 363 rushing yards. That's their second most in a game in franchise history. Aaron Rodgers left after 3 quarters with an oblique injury, but not before throwing his 8th and 9th interceptions of the year. Raiders' Josh Jacobs capped off a 300-yard game with a walk-off TD to beat the Seahawks 40-34 in overtime. Jacobs' 303 yards from scrimmage set a franchise record. He's just the 4th player in the Super Bowl era with 300 scrimmage yards and 2 touchdowns in the same game. And number 18 Alabama beats top-ranked North Carolina 103-101 in quadruple overtime, giving the Crimson Tide their first win versus an AP number 1 team since 04 versus Stanford. College hoops, of course. The Tar Heels have now lost consecutive games as the AP number 1 for the first time since 1986. It made your weekend a little better.
A little
right, Jay?
better.
You had took a lot of sports losses this weekend, but that had to make it a little better for you.
My squad got blitzed the game before by Purdue, so this made it slightly better.
Sports Centers presented by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility and great pay and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. Bundle today at progressive.com.
when he went no huddle and they started to make plays.
All the big games, but light on time? Let us catch you up.
Definitely not fun ever playing against no huddle offense.
Let's run the no huddle.
Whether you huddle, whether you don't huddle, it still comes down to just the execution.
It is time for No Huddle here on Keyshawn J. Wilmax. No Huddle is brought to you by Omega Accounting Solutions. To schedule your free ERC consultation, call 704-2000. That's 800-704-2000 or visit OmegaTaxCredits.com. All right, guys, ready for No Huddle? Here we go.
Let's do it.
Buccaneers at Browns.
So Nick Chubb, his TD run in overtime, powers the Browns past Tom Brady's Bucks. 3-yard touchdown run, 19 seconds left in overtime. Cleveland rallies. And by the way, comes back on Tampa, beats them 23-17 in Jacoby Brissett's final start before Deshaun Watson returns from his 11-game suspension and makes his debut with the Cleveland Browns, having played his career for the Houston Texans to this point. Here's Jacoby Brissett after the game.
Like I said, I haven't even thought about it, I'm just, obviously, grateful for this opportunity, grateful for those men in that room, and this, because it's the schedule one, this was a great one to, kind of end it on, but we got to stack them.
Okay, with Deshaun Watson returning next week, guys, is there enough time for the Browns, who are 4-7, to make a push for a playoff spot, Key?
It's going to be interesting down the stretch in this particular division when you got Baltimore and Cincinnati. Obviously, the Cleveland Browns are right there in the mix at 4-7. Deshaun Watson going back to Houston to play against his old team, which is an interesting scheduling by the NFL as well, having him do that. I don't know that they'll make it to the playoffs, but they can make this division very, 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 very interesting.
I mean, how long has it been since Deshaun Watson has actually played in a real live game, right? A couple years. So, look, Deshaun Watson, the upside, the ceiling is off the charts. We all understand the talent. But at the end of the day, to realistically ask him to come in and then play at a high level for 6 games to squeeze him into the playoffs, I'm not expecting that from Deshaun Watson.
No, it's crazy. He might win an MVP one day, like who knows? But when he left the game, he was top 5 quarterback. But that was before the young guns really started to rise. There is a lot of competition in the top 5 now. Like, they paid for a top 5 guy. They want him to play that way, obviously. Meantime, hey, Yates, what's next?
Chargers at Cardinals.
Justin Herbert, really season on the line. Let's be real. It's the Chargers. You can't lose this game. Rallies the Chargers to a 25-24 win over the Arizona Cardinals through a 1-yard touchdown pass to Austin Eckler, running back.
One of those guys really catching him unless he really fumbles the bag.
One bad game from Mahomes. Bad game from Mahomes. One good game from either one of those guys.
One? I think it would take multiple games.
I think one.
I think it would take multiple games to pass.
To pass.
Yeah,
like basically catch him. One.
I see Miami and Tua down the stretch with a couple losses. I don't necessarily see Jalen Hurts, based on who they're playing outside of Dallas, really folding and getting some losses. I think what you're going to see in Jalen is exactly what you've been seeing. Keeping it under 30 attempts, 200 yards, couple touchdowns, no turnovers, and they are not going to drop as many games down the stretch. I think Miami, I still got Miami probably going to New England and losing that game because of the weather, going to Buffalo, losing that on a revenge tip for Buffalo because of weather. I don't know that the Eagles got 2 losses left in
Harry, not just out here. They play at 49ers, at Chargers, at Bills, and Packers at home, then at Pats.
Yeah, that's Miami's got a rough. So Miami's got a little bit of a rough go.
I would say this: if Tua can put together a series where in those last 6 games he goes 4-2 or 5-1, that MVP race is going to get real interesting because that's a gauntlet right there. Your last 6 games: 49ers, Chargers, Bills. Packers probably not, New England, the Jets, just about every team on there outside of the Packers.
Where do they play the Packers
are in contention for the playoffs. They play them at home.
Oh, okay.
Down in Miami.
That's good, though. I was saying going to Green Bay. I just have a belief, Harry, in dome teams outdoors in the cold weather and warm weather teams, struggle. I've been there, man. I played in Tampa. When we went up to Philly, it was cold. We always struggled. When we went to Chicago, it was cold. Green Bay, we always struggled. So I could see it. That was one of the things when we got the Florida teams. When I played in New York, we got them up in New York during the cold. We always popped them.
But can y'all imagine if the Dolphins get the number 1 seed in the AFC though, and everybody has to go through Miami to get to the Super Bowl?
And to Harry's point, guys, because I want to get into Aaron Rodgers, but to Harry's point, given the gauntlet they have to run, if he goes 5-1 or even 4-2, given the teams the schedule we just mentioned, that's a strong MVP candidacy right there. Should he be successful and put up the numbers? Harry, we've been talking about this morning. Aaron Rodgers had to come out for the fourth quarter with the ribs. They were losing anyway. You want to take a look at Jordan Love at some point. Should the Packers consider taking Rodgers out now and starting Jordan Love for the rest of the season, taking a look at what they got there?
First, I'll see the extent of the injury with Aaron Rodgers, and I think he mentioned that if it's not where he wants it to be, he probably won't be out there. But if it's anywhere close to a case where he can play, he's gonna go out there. You talk to him and you kind of make that decision. But the Packers right now, they're 4-8. They're not gonna make the playoffs. I would like to see my young quarterback in Jordan Love build that rapport with these young receivers as well. And we kind of seen it a little bit last night when he went into the ball game. I didn't think he did a bad job. I actually thought he did a great job. So that's something that should be on the table. If you're the GM, if you're the owner, if you're Matt LaFleur, you got to consider it moving forward because the Packers are not making the playoffs, guys. Let me say that one more time. And I said it on This Just In a few weeks ago, Max. People were side-eyeing me, and I'd say they didn't have a chance. I didn't think they can go through this gauntlet and win games, and they're not winning.
2 p.m. Eastern. This just in.
Well, why even risk it with Aaron Rodgers? I mean, just
exactly.
Like, why risk it? Like, it's an oblique and it's the thumb. It's all that. If anything, I would talk him to the fact, hey, look, you are bruised up right now. I know you're a competitor. You are a main guy, but let's give the rest of the season to the young guy.
I agree. It just feels like watching the game last night. He threw a couple dimes. They came back on and they were running the ball well, and they came back on him, and they missed the extra point, but they were about to go up 21-20, right? And I thought to myself at that moment, oh, my God, here comes Aaron Rodgers. Here come the Packers. He's actually going to hang around it. No, but they lost the game. That was the game they needed to win. They lost it. Harry Douglas, ESPN football analyst and ESPN radio host. Always great talking
to you,
capping,
Harry.
Hey, Key, I see your Trojans, my man. I hope they make the playoffs so I can have you on my show, Countdown to College Game Day. Ooh. You know what I mean? I know you're going to look out for your boy. You good for it, man. You a solid gentleman, my man.
I ain't talking to you. Hey, Harry, coming on, so don't call me.
It's an all-black cast. Why wouldn't you support us,
Key? He has to wear a shade.
I'm not supporting y'all. Nope, not at all. I got a good memory.
Harry Douglas, the great Harry Douglas, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk to you soon, Harry.
All right,
fellas.
All right,
Shemp.
Now he want me to come on, man. Please, kick rocks.
He's got a long
sand, Harry.
Long list.
All right, we want you to weigh in. 888-SAY-ESPN. Should the Packers sit Aaron Rodgers and take a look at Jordan Love? That's coming up.
Your chance to win $2,500 coming up in just 15 minutes with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Who wants burgers?
Ooh, it's the DQ Signature Stack Burgers menu. That is 5 tasty burgers right there. There goes a spicy flamethrower and loaded A1 Signature Stack Burgers.
Go, Mom?
You're still the cool mom.
Thank you.
DQ, happy tastes good.
We always believed the welcoming spirit was a small town thing. Turns out we were wrong. Wherever Jim Beam is welcome, you'll be welcome too.
BlendJet's Black Friday sale is on now. Save big on the #1 gift this holiday season. The BlendJet 2 portable blender gives you ice-crushing, big blender power on the go. Throw in your favorite ingredients and blend up a delicious smoothie anytime, anywhere. BlendJet 2 even cleans itself. Just add water, a drop of soap, and blend. Recharge quickly with any USB port. Order now from blendjet.com and get our best deal ever.
The first time you connected your website and your store was also the first time you realized
we can do anything. Cheesecake cookies, The Chookie.
Manage all your sales from one place with a partner that always puts you first. GoDaddy, tools and support for every small business first.
It's the Subway Series menu. 12 irresistible subs. The most epic sandwich roster ever created. It's Subway's biggest refresh yet.
So where were we?
The playoff.
Only a handful of teams remained, hailing from kingdoms far and wide across the college football land, all vying for a spot in the playoffs. Soon, they would take part in an epic playoff battle for the right to call themselves national champions.
Then what happened?
We'll find out soon.
Look, cleaning the outside of your windows is a real chore. Not anymore. This is Full Crystal from the Fuller Brush Company. The fastest, easiest way to clean all of your windows in minutes, not days. Just attach it to any garden hose and away you go. The secret is in the Fuller cleaning crystals that dissolve dust, dirt, pollen, and grime in no time. You don't have to remove your screens because Full Crystal cleans them too. This screen may look clean, but look how Full Crystal blasts away the dust, pollen, dirt, and grime while it cleans your window at the same time. It's completely safe for all of your plants, lawns, shrubs, and flowers. Plus, with the Full Crystal Power Sprayer, you can clean windows up to 27 feet high. Call or go online now to order the complete Full Crystal system for just $19.99. But order right now and we'll double the cleaning crystals. Enough for up to 40 windows, just pay a separate fee. Call or go online now.
Since using Chime, this is what we do full-time now, is renovate RVs.
To help build our credit, we use Chime's Secured Credit Builder card.
By making everyday purchases with on-time payments. I Chime because building our future has never been easier.
When it comes to gifts, they say it's the thought that counts. Sure, but only if those thoughts are utterly unexpected. Uncommon Goods takes your thoughtful thoughts and turns them into brilliant ideas. A magic light. Oh, how about an entire light show? A love potion, a fireside chat, a fantastic voyage, a walk on the wild side. Oh, you get the idea. The brilliant one. Bring us your thoughts, and we'll help make them brilliant gifts. Visit uncommongoods.com, where we're all out of the ordinary.
Why is money shooting out of your shirt?
Oh, I bought it with Ibotta online. They give me cash back, so there's money in everything I buy.
Guess that explains the couch then. And the kids' faces.
Yep, bought it all with Ibotta.
In store, online. There's cash back in everything you buy.
A proud program that's had an agonizing 4 Heisman runner-up finishers. Hendon Hooker, who beat Young and lost to Bennett, was the favorite, but an ACL tear likely tore down his chances.
One of the best quarterbacks in college football right now.
Sometimes there are no other candidates out there.
For those who gripe that the Heisman has become a quarterback-only honor, Michigan running back Blake Corum is the choice, right? But he was outrushed by Illinois' Chase Brown in their head-to-head matchup. And he's been overshadowed by, yes, a QB, and even worse, a Buckeye.
Stroud right down the middle, touchdown!
C.J. Stroud is a TD pass machine. But will favorite target Marvin Harrison Jr. steal much-needed votes?
Bo Nix waltzes in! Clip that and put it on his Heisman reel.
Bo Nix and Caleb Williams might be fighting for Heisman cred. But have they both been outshone by Washington's Michael Penix Jr.? Speaking of conference title games, might they provide a Big Apple boost for the likes of Jaden Daniels, Max Duggan, or Drake May? It's chaos. A beautiful bronze-dipped football free-for-all. So much so that, hey, I think if you look close enough, behind that stiff arm, is that Heisman guy smirking?
God only made me one way. That's to be Jalen Hurts. I'm powerful, tough, and relentless competitor. The journey far from over. I'm obsessed with this game. Enough is never enough.
Jalen Hurts, what a run! Touchdown!
It's about taking it to another level. The only direction is to rise.
makes the catch.
It was close.
Everybody in their opinions, they don't deposit at the bank.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, ESPN Radio, Sirius XM Channel 80, the ESPN app. Click more on the lower right-hand corner of the app. Scroll down to live radio. We're right there. We are giving away $10,000 a day. The KJM 10K a day giveaway. $2,500 every hour. 10 minutes past the hour, we're going to give you a winning word. You text 777-000. Last hour, at 10 minutes past the hour, the winning word was love. So someone texted love, L-O-V-E, to 777-000 and won $2,500. We're going to find out who it was, pretty soon. But this has been going on for how many? What's this, the 10th, 11th show we've been doing?
Weeks.
We've given away over 100
now?
grand to over 25 different people. Right? No, what did I just say?
It's been going on for a while, and it continues to go on for
No, over
December
40
7th.
people. What am I saying? Anyway, the point is, a lot of people are winning a lot of money, and we're doing it through the end of the show, December 7th. This is Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, brought to you from live from the Seaport, brought to you by Grey Goose. We're presented by Progressive Insurance. Key, there's a lot to read here.
First day
All right.
back after Turkey.
It's all good, man. You've been drinking a little goose. That's all. That's all.
All right. So last night, one of the good things about a plane delay is I get to watch the whole late game, basically. And Aaron Rodgers, I tell you what, he looked good early. He threw a couple interceptions, but wound up with that rib injury, had to leave in the fourth quarter or going into the fourth quarter with the rib. Couldn't do it. He was obviously in a lot of pain. But look, the Packers, they put up a good fight for a while. The Eagles were just better. Anyway, after the game, Rodgers said this on the game-ending injury for him.
That's ribs. And it was in the first half and then got kind of re-aggravated in the third quarter. Just having a hard time breathing and rotating my upper body. So I was worried about punctured lung as well. So I want to get that checked out. Get a scan tomorrow.
Is there a possibility you might shut it down for the rest of the season, Aaron Rodgers?
I don't think so. As long as I check out fine tomorrow, I'll expect to play this weekend. As long as I check out okay tomorrow. I might not be able to go Wednesday, but as long as there's no major structural damage, I'll try and get back out there.
He was 11 of 16 for $140 with 2 TDs before he left the game. Here's the question, guys. Is it time to sit Aaron Rodgers to take a nice, I got 5 games left. You need to know what you got in Jordan Love. You spent a first-round pick on him once upon a time. Do you want to take a nice, long look at Jordan Love and sit Rodgers, Key, considering had they won yesterday, a different situation, very unlikely to make the playoffs at this point?
Man, I'm so tired of talking about Jordan Love. We've been talking about Jordan Love, 4 years now?
Yeah.
If Aaron Rodgers can play, I'm playing Aaron Rodgers until we're mathematically eliminated. And then I may get into playing him sparingly in a quarter and then giving way to Jordan Love. Like, let's say, for instance, they get bounced next week against, let's say, for instance, they lose somewhere along the lines against the Vikings, because I don't think they're going to lose to the Bears or the Rams. I mean, the Rams can't even field enough bodies on their team the way that they've been this year. Let's say they lose to the Dolphins. Now, week 16, now I say, okay, Aaron, you're going to play a quarter against the Vikings, and Jordan, you'll play the rest of the game, and then Jordan, you'll start week 18 against the Lions. That's kind of how I'll handle it, I think.
Here's my concern about it. And I'm just speaking from my perspective as a fan. I've heard Green Bay Packer fans say the same thing. Aren't you tired of walking on eggshells all the time? Like, is he going to ask for a trade? Is he going to retire? Like, what is he really thinking as it relates to the franchise? And then you even get into this scenario, Max and Key, where it's like, if I don't play him, is he going to get angry? Is that going to be the thing that and after a while, like, what have you drafted Jordan Love for? Like, I get that was the wrong move, but it's the move that you decided to make. So if you're not sure about what the future holds for Aaron Rodgers, and if you have 6 games left, Why wouldn't you play your young asset to see what it is?
Can we see that schedule again, guys? Let's put the schedule back up on the screen.
Bears, Rams.
Yeah, here's why. I don't see, if Rodgers is playing, especially with Christian Watson coming alive the last several weeks, I don't see a single unwinnable game here. They should beat the Bears. They should beat the Rams. The Dolphins are favored. They'll be heavily favored, but the Packers could beat the Dolphins. I don't look at the Dolphins as some unbeatable team. They're very good. They're explosive, but you can get them. The Vikings have been overachievers this year to me. And the Lions, they could mess around, win 4, and then lose to Detroit at home. Like they're that kind. But like the point is, if there was a schedule like what the Dolphins are facing the end of the season, I'd be like, all right, come on. But I don't know, Key. I look at that schedule. I don't see like it's over for them. If Rodgers is playing, they could win. Maybe I'm being delusional, right? But I feel like they could run it. They could run the table if they got a few breaks.
You're not being delusional. I just said they could probably, they're going to beat the Bears, I'm assuming, and he owns the Bears. And then when you look at the Rams don't even have enough bodies to fill them.
So it comes down to Miami and Minnesota.
And then Miami, because my Polynesian brethren doesn't want me talking negative about Tua and the Dolphins. So I'm going to say that they probably lose to the Dolphins. And so at that point, I'm probably more inclined to start Rodgers against the Vikings and pull him, because we'll be probably out of the playoff race at that point, and then play Jordan Love and then let Jordan Love start the last game against the Lions.
Carl in New Orleans. You're on with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, ESPN Radio.
Good morning, guys. I guess reality set in with that break that Chiefs stole my thunder. But, man, stop tripping. This is Love 4th year.
As soon as he said,
he
said you stole his thunder, Key, you had his mic cut. Oh, that's
what
messed
did he
up,
mean
Key.
by that? What do you mean? Because I said the 4th year for Love.
4th year for Love, yeah.
I mean, like, come on, though. I'm serious, though.
Yeah.
This whole we need to see. He's been there 4 years.
Been in the league a decade already.
They've seen something. I mean, like, geez, you had to have seen something in the playoffs that made you say. I mean, in the preseason that made you say something.
But Key,
nice throw yesterday.
The question is, like, what's your plan if Aaron Rodgers decides he wants to retire? What's your plan if he wants to? I want to be traded.
Well, that's the thing, man.
I got Jordan Love.
When they drafted Aaron Rodgers,
I know, but so like this whole rep thing, like seeing him out there with Christian Watson, and does that deserve some reps?
Yeah.
If that is your plan moving forward, like I didn't say it would be my plan. I'm just looking at what Green Bay has done in their draft selections.
It's only a plan if they're mathematically eliminated to a point where they don't get back in it. Like I understand they're out of it in most people's eyes, right? But the NFC, these teams are not like running away with anything. I mean, just think about the NFC South for a minute. We don't know who's going to win that division. Hell, Carolina might all of a sudden win the division out of nowhere.
I'm going with Tampa all day there, but I understand what you mean. Right, Glenn in Tennessee, you're on with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning.
What's up, man?
Hey, you guys make my ride to work awesome. I just want to say thank you for that. But hey, Jordan Love, my man, you got set up. You got drafted to a team that don't want to play you. But hey, man, you got to play Aaron Rodgers till he can't play no more. He gets paid way, way, way too much money to be sitting on the bench watching, mathematically eliminated or not. You don't sit your highest paid player just because. Sorry, Jordan Love, you might never see the field. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I hear that, but you always want to do what's in the best interest of your franchise, right? So like even if you're paying Rodgers all that money, at a certain point, you're not going to make the playoffs. You want to write it off and as a loss, basically, and just see what you got. And by the way, when Rodgers was a kid or a young player, they let Favre out the building because they're like, oh, we got Aaron Rodgers. They obviously don't feel that way about Jordan Love.
Different, though, Coach. It's
Why?
Different because Brett Favre was playing games for about 4 to 5 years, and they just got tired.
So maybe the same thing will happen here, Key, because Rodgers been playing games for a bunch of years
now. No, I'm saying
right?
maybe that will happen.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Maybe it will happen. It wasn't like that they looked at Aaron Rodgers and was like, oh, my God, he's going to be better than Brett Favre, and we're going to win a Super Bowl in 2 years, and he's going to win 4 MVPs. There's no way they can forecast that. They just got tired of Brett Favre monkeying around with them.
Yeah, and now Rodgers doing the same thing. Maybe they'll get tired, as you said, Key. Maybe I'm just speaking from a point where it's too early in the history of it all to really make that comparison, and maybe it plays out the same way. Jordan Love did make one. He got in that game and looked pretty good for a minute. I thought.
I knew that would happen.
You just don't.
Couple good
he
downs.
made a throw or two.
Yeah.
I mean, he made a nice little throw or two. But you know, over the course of a game, a full game, let's see
We'll
how
see.
it looks.
See how it
We'll
looks.
see.
Man, he hasn't looked horrible to me when he's had to play.
Right.
People want to make it seem like he looks horrible and this. I'm like, nah, man, he looks okay. You got to let him play.
So,
You got to let him play.
guys, it is now 10 past the hour. And as you know, here on KJM, during the 10K a day giveaway, KJM 10K a day giveaway, we're giving away $10,000 every single day through the end of the show, December 7th. Every hour, someone wins $2,500. We've given away over $100,000 so far. Over 100,000 to over, I realize it's over 40 people that we've given it away to. Anyway, the point is, it's time for the winning word.
KJ and Max 10K giveaway.
And the winning word of the hour is future. Future. Text it to 777-000 for your chance to
Future.
win. We'll do it every weekday from now until the end of the show on December 7th. The winning word again is future. Text it to 777-000. You might win $2,500. A bunch of people already have.
Mask
Is
off.
it future because of the Broncos? Or
Oh,
is it future
jeez.
Jordan.
Life is good, man.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Oof.
Because we use the word future. Are we talking about the future of the quarterback in Green Bay? Or are we talking about the future of the quarterback in Bronco land? Or
Yeah, well, if we're talking
Why you
about
covering
giving
your
away
head,
money,
Jay?
maybe we are talking about the
can't.
Broncos. Are we sure the Bucks are going to win the NFC South? Key brought it up minutes ago. Key's observations are next after this word from Omega Accounting. Small business owners, you want to know the secret to navigating the employee retention credit? Trust in Omega Accounting Solutions to help you recover any payroll overpayments, tax overpayments, any payroll tax overpayments you made during the pandemic. You may even be eligible to receive up to $26,000 per employee if you continued to pay employee wages during COVID. All it takes is a quick and easy free 10-minute ERC consultation to find out whether or not you qualify. That's it. In fact, the date from onboarding to filing, just 30 days. Guys, CPAs and payroll companies even turn to Omega for ERC tax guidance. That's how knowledgeable and efficient they are. With over 15 years of experience in financial management, business leadership, and corporate strategy combined, you can count on Omega every step of the way. To take advantage of this exclusive small business tax credit, or if you have any specific ERC questions, call 800-704-2000 or visit OmegaTaxCredits.com before the filing window closes or funds run out.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Key, why does today feel like it's Thursday?
No? Am I alone here? Okay.
This is Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
I got a load full of paprika, garlic, black pepper, and salt for the all-new breading-free blackened chicken sandwich. Do you copy?
Copy that.
You think others will copy us?
Let them try.
Introducing the new blackened chicken sandwich. No breading, all flavor.
It's Santa. We got a problem.
Hold
Ho, ho, ho! Generic Viagra in CVS costs $45 per 100 milligram tablet. But with a newly announced program, you can get the exact same tablet for as little as 87 cents. All doses, including the 100 milligram dose, are priced the same under this program. The program is called Friday Plans, and over 10,000 men in the United States have already signed up. The supplies are limited, so the program is capped at 18 tablets per person per month. To get generic Viagra under this program for as little as 87 cents each, call the number on the screen. You don't need a previous prescription for generic Viagra to sign up. You don't need health insurance. All you need to do is answer a few questions about your medical history online. It takes less than 2 minutes to complete the whole process. A doctor will review your answers and write you a prescription if appropriate. In just a couple of days after that, you get FDA-approved generic Viagra delivered straight to your door in discreet packaging. The consultation is free, and the shipping is free too. Spots are limited under this program, so secure your spot today by calling the number on the screen now. With Friday Plans, generic Viagra usually costs $1.99 per tablet for any dose. But if you sign up today, you'll get an extra $10 off. That means you can get a 9-tablet package for just $7.91, or just 87 cents per tablet. At CVS, that same package retails for $291, but you can get it today for just $7.91. So far, the comments and feedback for generic Viagra and its active ingredient, sildenafil, have been outstanding, with thousands of American men having posted glowing 5-star reviews online. One user wrote, "This is the answer for me. Cheap, effective, reliable. I'm having my 19-year-old moments in retirement. This pill may have saved my marriage," wrote another. One man summed up his feelings about making the switch to generic Viagra by saying, "I only wish we hadn't waited so long." So you really don't want to miss your chance and should take advantage of the Friday Plans program while it's still available. Claim your 9-tablet package today by calling the number now. Don't wait until it's too late. Call today.
Feels like we're onto something. Feels like a change is coming. Feels like a change is coming.
This is Mary Ann's first time visiting Paris.